Summation of the, I believe it was the May 18th meeting of the Mendham Borough Town Council. The next meeting is Monday, June 2nd, so very soon. This video is a little late, sorry. Had Lyme disease again because we don't have any rational policy regarding deers. We have an irrational bow and arrow policy. But yes, as a state, we have no rational policy. So fuck you all. You're all assholes. You're all idiots. You know, this is something we really should take care of. 30,000 cars a year, untold landscaping destroyed, farmland damage, plus Lyme disease. Yeah, great. And we do nothing about it. Nothing whatsoever. We harvest the same number of deer every year, maintain an excess population because that's what Fish and Game wants. Because they're in the entertainment business, and that's what hunting's about. It's about entertainment. It's not getting rid of deer. You, personally, are actually paying in the town of Mendham $200 to butcher male deers, which is a complete waste of your money, obviously. One male can service, 50 females. No point in killing males. Got to kill the females. But, so they're not going to do anything about it. And they're not going to do anything about it because you people don't give a fuck about anything. Don't pay attention to anything. Don't do anything about anything. So, fuck you. Alright, anyway, so the meeting. On to the meeting. Yeah, better get to the meeting. Anyway, yeah, they started the meeting with the silent prayer, Pledge of Allegiance, that bullshit. I'll get to that later. The budget was approved, so your $4 million municipal portion of the budget was approved, something like 5 to 9% increase. I haven't got the exact number yet. In the end, you'll probably pay about $500 to $700 or $800 more in taxes per year. Great. Anyway, they did approve some sort of reconstruction contract thing for the Mountain Avenue, I guess around the dam for the mud hole, the bridge there, some sort of erosion problem or something, whatever. Okay, what the hell is this? Yeah, there was some discussion of a bike race thing on Labor Day, and it was going to be sponsored by some kind of Jersey City fencing organization or something. So anyway, yeah, they said forget about that. I guess some guy lives in town, wanted to use our town to fundraise for Jersey City, and so anyway, the council said, well, never mind. There was some discussion about the fact that we really don't inspect any of these wastewater requests. People just fill out the form themselves, and the question says, do you have modern energy efficient fixtures? And people just say yes, and no one checks up to make sure they do. So they again discussed that maybe they should do something about that, but whatever, they've discussed doing something about it before and haven't done anything about it. They did say the recycling of electronics thing was a success. Yeah, I just think they ought to just make it part of the regular recycling somehow, every 3 months pick the stuff up or whatever. People having to take the stuff to a location, I don't think it's terribly practical. There was some discussion, they are starting to patch Route 24, so apparently that will get taken care of sometime this summer, more completely. Alright, so then the public comment portion. There was some guy who, I guess he lives half the year in Australia, so he had kind of an Australian accent. And apparently he, asked the township about why the two towns don't merge, so he decided to ask the borough why they don't. At least he brought up the subject. The borough guys gave the standard old bullshit. Oh, well, we're working on shared services, and we're going to share a sweeper, or we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then they just lied again about the study of merging the police department, and implied that the study indicated it wouldn't be a good idea when the study was exactly indicating the exact opposite, and that's why they canceled the study. Is because the study was indicating, yes, you could save money and it'd be a good idea and everybody would be happy, and they didn't want to hear that because the police department realized after they had participated with the study that, oh, wait a minute, it means we won't have as many sergeants and colonels and generals and stuff, so we won't be making as much money. So no, we're against it. We're against it after all, even though at first they were for it because they figured they might get a better police station out of the deal. So it's just a canard. It's just bullshit. It's all just stupid, idiotic, moronic politics. We're just contriving, we're just artificially creating a distinction between these towns that doesn't really exist. It is just all bullshit. Alright, so this is stupid. So anyway, so now on to my public questions, I guess. All right, so I brought up two issues. The first one was I requested that the town quit calling it a silent prayer at the beginning of the meeting and call it a moment of silence or something a little more respectful to the non-religious folks in the civilization they live in. You know, like they maybe should act like adults instead of little religious propagandists, you know. I mean, they really don't need to tell everybody they have to pray. I mean, that's just bullshit. And then second, I brought up the website. In fact, the town's going to waste $7,000 to pay a company for services, you know, basically just components that allow them to mix up their own website. I think they're now using some open source software that does a pretty good job anyway. It's probably, the tools probably aren't that much more advanced that they're going to pay this $7,000 for. So it's just really it's so idiotic. They're basically going to rent a website. They're going to end up paying this $7 grand every stinking year. So it's really dumb. So anyway, the Australian guy, he agreed with me. Said websites are nothing, you know, should be able to put it together. It's not brain surgery. And so that was good to have the Australian guy say that. The funny thing was my public comment questions, yeah, they didn't read them during the public comment portion of the meeting. They forgot, again, it's the fourth time they've forgotten to read my questions. So anyway, but ain't gonna make a big deal out of that. So anyway, that's it, the end. Try to keep it under 10 minutes, and I did do that successfully, so I'll brag some more about deers. Well, yeah, KC's. They did approve the, I guess, the final agreement that basically where KC surrenders and said, yes, we'll pay our fines and you win and whatever. So anyway, yeah, the deer thing. We got to do something about the deer thing. All you assholes say things like, you know, kill all the deer. Yeah, let's shoot them. And you're all glad because we're shooting deer, you know, with bows and arrows, the cruelest way possible to kill them. We can't do that to farm animals. How come we can do it to deers? Look, the bottom line is we've got to kill a whole bunch of deers, you know, methodically, in an organized fashion throughout the whole region, you know, at least throughout the state. We have to reduce the numbers by 90%, you know, some 90. We have to take them all the way down to a subsistence level. I wouldn't mind if you exterminated the damn things, but I don't think, there's no shortage of them on Earth. They're not a rare animal. We can have them in zoos. They're not compatible with human beings and human civilization. They're just making a huge, gigantic mess. They're ruining all the indigenous plants. They're like I said, they're costing people, you know, we're throwing away. It might be $1 billion. We're just throwing it away, you know, so we can have deer jump in front of our cars. I mean, it's just idiotic. And the fact that we don't take it seriously, and you know, with this added on top thing of the fact that there's this malicious, horrible disease that people get. I mean, it's just crazy not to do anything about this. It's just crazy, stupid, crazy, stupid, stupid. That's all. Yes, I did forget to point out that the town didn't answer the questions, okay? The website question, because the administrator wasn't at the meeting, they said they'll have to wait till the next meeting and have her answer the question. And on the prayer issue, the lawyer said he's going to do some research and he'll come back with an advisory opinion the next meeting. So, we should have the answers to the questions at this meeting.